here is another one. A Chinese e-commerce company. I don't have to name it, everybody would know it. Think of a Diwali sale. For example, Amazon, Flipkart, yes, Ujjaini, right? What is happening here? Number of sellers on the platform increasing, number of buyers increasing by the minute, number of products increasing by the minute. You have logistics, you have to deliver different types of payments, different devices from which the orders will come, and you have to do it real time. You have to have the resources at the back end to scale up. You have to have the 360-degree view of your customer. You have to know the sentiments of the customer. You have to know what is the customer lifetime value. Make sure people are following, because if a Sania Mirza is buying something, you'll get a domino effect if she moves from one product brand to another. So you have to make sure that you are monitoring that. You have to make sure she sticks with your service on that brand. So it's not only for an Amazon or a Flipkart, but it's equally important for a retailer who's advertising there. It's equally important for the buyer who is selling his products there, right? And so this becomes important. Complex, you bet, right? Now these are more of examples where we can really relate to. There are other examples I can give, and that will be my last one, which really moves into the IoT arena. I was talking to Mr. Ambekar and Mr. Mane also earlier on. Think of a LPG unit, or think of a resource, oil, natural gas unit. And this is what we have done. An Australian client having its production facilities about 1,500 kilometers way away in Australia, and this is just West Coast, and you know Australia, right? It's just a desert. From Perth to that place, nothing in between. Production facilities there, right? And you have to keep on purifying and getting your gas out from there. Huge engineers set up there, people with great domain knowledge, but nothing else around. And this is like a $10 to $15 billion annual turnover company. Every day they miss a production, it is going to cost the company about $7 million. Right? So it's not easy business. It's not easy, highly risky. And what do you have to do? So the CEO of that company really had a vision. He knew that the digital wave is coming, right? So he said, okay, I have my engineers there. And what do you have in Perth? All those people with black jackets and AC rooms sitting over there and doing all the forecasting. But he wanted to get real-time analytics. He had a downtime. Now these companies or these production facilities, as we all know, they talk about actuators, they talk about sensors, they talk about SCADA systems, and it's not the language which IT people talk about. It's nothing about big data they understand. Not that they understand, the language is not that. You have to convert that domain knowledge into data at the IT level, which can be used for predictive and cognitive analytics. Right? So he built up, along with us, we started the journey in 2014, we are still at it, and we have delivered quite a lot of work. Now this company, which when it had a downtime, would take about 6 to 7 weeks just to identify where the problem was in a production unit, has now come down to about 10 hours in identifying where the problem was in the production unit, right? And you just do the math of 7 million per day revenue loss if the plant goes down, right? So this is complex. This is where the world is going. This is where IoT is going. And these will be the challenges which we have to face 3 months, 6 months down the line, where we have to convert and apply big data, blockchain, AI, all the most exotic and romantic technologies to solve business problems of the day, right? And with this, I want to leave you with this thought. It's a great opportunity if we put our heads together. It's a great opportunity for India. Think Adani, think Reliance, okay? Think Airtel, think Flipkart. All these people are waiting for us to solve their problems. And it's up to us to seize this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ranjana and Mr. Nitin Sawant. One thing that you've solved for me is you've converted IT language into English today. I was just preparing myself to sit there and almost hear everything as Greek and Latin, but it sounds English. And thanks so much. You very beautifully brought in a perspective of practical usage of what we're going to discuss today. So thank you very much for that. Well, it's time for a break, a short tea break. So we split for the next about 20 minutes and reconvene. Before you go, let me set the protocol for the rest of the day. So we'll have dignitaries here, we'll have speakers here on the dais who will share information. And let me tell you that it's not every day that we get an opportunity to hear from who's who of the industry and have such an insight on something as technical as big data analytics and cybersecurity. So I'm sure you want to make notes of everything being discussed. But I also realize that people who are going to come here and talk are extremely passionate about their subject, and hence it's my part of the duty to make sure that I keep the time for them. So we have 30 minutes of slot for every session. After 25 minutes, I do something like this, which not only means that the talk was awesome, but it also means that the session is out. So time out for the session. And the next 5 minutes is for Q&A. After which I do something like this, which means time for me to come back on stage. Is that okay? Yeah, so that will just make sure that we have enough time to cover everything, understand everything, and still wrap up the day within the timelines that we've decided to be on. So please go ahead, enjoy a cup of tea or coffee, and I'll see you back here in 20 minutes. Thank you. Mitra, the Associate Director, Analytics, Business Finance, Flipkart. Let's hear it for Ms. Ujjaini, please. Her enriched leadership tenure of over 9.5 years encompasses geographies and industries. After playing her magic wand to establish Airtel with her excellent grip on analytics, from the scratch she built the whole structure in just 2 years. She's successfully driving growth strategies for Flipkart, designing the path to profitability through data-driven decision science. What adds even more to her persona is her desire to practice and promote farming. On that interesting note, I welcome Ms. Ujjaini on the dais. Joining her will be the panel member, Mr. Amit Agarwal, Director of Engineering, Bijli. May we hear it for him, please? Amit has over 13 years of experience building large-scale innovative technologies. After receiving Masters in Computer Science from University of Southern California, in 2003, he led technology firms like Yahoo and Amazon for several years. In his recent stint with American Express, he built priority machine learning and analytics tools and delivered high-impact data science solutions. If that's not good enough, is the only reason why I would not hear you applaud. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome, Amit. May I now request Mr. Anirudh Kala to come on stage as the panel member. He's a data scientist and co-founder of Syllable Corp. Let's hear it for him, please. Syllable Corp is a company dedicated to implement machine learning in large organizations, breaking the shackles and psychology that resists machine learning in those organizations. Besides having over 7 years of experience across verticals, Anirudh is also a known speaker at multiple global conferences dedicated to big data and machine learning. In the past, he has worked with organizations such as IBM, ZS Associates, and Aperio. Welcome, Anirudh. And our next panel member is Mr. Amit Agarwal, Senior Analytics, Big Data, and SAP Consultant. A huge round of applause for all our panel members, please. May I request Ms. Ujjaini to take this forward and chair the panel discussion. Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. We are almost going to move to afternoon. So this is a topic on machine learning and big data analytics and artificial intelligence. Almost, most of us today know about these two topics. I want to start with a small example. Recently I heard one of the Australian retail company, they have worked with a company and designed an app which they embedded inside some very high-end Samsung refrigerators. What it does, it actually looks through all the products that you have inside your fridge, and if your milk is getting over, it kind of creates a list that you should purchase, send it to your mobile. What you have to do is switch it to the right to say yes. That retail company will keep all the products that you want to buy ready in the bag, and it will be delivered to your home. If you just don't want, switch it to the left, okay, they don't pack it. Now imagine the level of intelligence that they needed to build there. They had to actually differentiate whether your bottle of milk getting over or your bottle of beer getting over, because both comes in bottle in Australia. So with that, let me start this session of machine learning and artificial intelligence, and let me welcome Amit and Anirudh. My first kind of question to all of you would be, where exactly you see the effect of machine learning and artificial intelligence? What are the opportunities and how you are leveraging those opportunities in your particular industry and company?
Okay. Hi, everybody. Okay. Hi, everybody. Good afternoon and welcome. So, to the question of, in terms of opportunities, immense opportunities, and I would just go by an article that I was going through, and my view would be, in terms of machine learning, you would see great opportunities coming up, and in fact, I think there will be something like a sort of probably a marketplace that might come up, and where you could see people who are pretty expert into a certain area, and they develop algos, and those algos are available, and you might be an expert into some area, and you could actually just go to this marketplace, take that algo, plug it into your app, and go about. So that could be things that could be coming up in future. I mean, this is what I think. This is my view, and the second was, I'm sorry. In the particular domain, I come from a finance domain, and my company is actually involved into the capital market segment, which is more of equity trading, futures and options, and forex trading, and all those kind of things. In fact, probably I think so. My industry is one of the industries which is really using machine learning, and in the West you would see that it's a pretty known thing. We have something called algorithmic trading. It's catching up in India. It's again a great opportunity to be into it. We have started exploring this opportunity a couple of years back, and we had a lot of POC period and all. Now algorithmic trading is about where you try to sort of reduce the human intervention, where people taking a call. Here the machine takes a call in terms of what should the trade be. It should be on the buy side, it should be on the sell side, and it actually trades, and it immensely sort of gives you a speed at which the trades happen. Okay, and it's practically not possible doing it, with the normal trader who trades on a NSE or a BSE platform. But using these algorithmic trades, which is it gives you a great competitive advantage over your competition we are looking at.
Thank you. To you.
So let me first answer the second question first, and let me talk about how we are using big data and analytics and machine learning in our company. So Bijli basically has a technology that can read data from your electricity meter, and accurately it can tell you whether you are running air conditioner and at what period of time. So it basically, so when you look at the end of the month, you can get a precise information about what device at your home was causing the most power consumption, and it can help you reduce your energy bills. So this is again an opportunity that came, that became possible because of all the technologies